go to present. Everyone can see the presentation coming up, right? Okay, awesome. I'm very new to all this as well, so I am learning as we go, but so let me know if something doesn't seem to be working.
Yo soy nuevo a todas esas presentaciones también. Si algo no funciona, por favor, avísame. Vamos a seguir.
All right, so our agenda for today is we'll go over introduction, so you'll get to see other people on the that your child will be interacting with. We'll go over our schedule. Do you want me to do the whole slide, Ms. Mark, or what's?
Yeah, go ahead.
We'll go over our assignment structure and materials, student and parent communication, and resources that will be used. And like I said, there will be time at the end for questions.
La agenda para hoy es para empezar con introducciones de yo y de otras profes en el colegio. Vamos a revisar el horario, vamos a mirar la tarea y la estructura, también las materiales. Vamos a hablar sobre la comunicación con los estudiantes y los padres y también los recursos para usar y vamos a terminar con preguntas.
The heart of our work at Distinctive Schools is being true to our values, culture, equity, innovation, wellness, and exemplary student performance.
Y este dicho dice que el corazón de nuestro trabajo en nuestro colegio es para estar verdaderos a nuestros valores, la cultura, la innovación, el bienestar y para estar enfocado en la academia de las estudiantes.
So here is the teaching team for kindergarten. So myself, Ms. Kobiella, Ms. Kamen, and Ms. Drury are the other kindergarten teachers. Ms. Harris, who will be popping in a little bit, she's our learning specialist. And then as you've met, Ms. Mark, she's our CLD teacher. So just a little bit about myself. If you had a chance to get into our website, you may have learned a little bit about me, but I've been teaching for 10 years. This will be starting my 11th year. This will be my 6th year at Irving Park. I have a master's of education in special education and early elementary. And I taught special ed for 3 years, and this will be, what does that make? My 8th year in kindergarten. Sorry, Ms. Mark.
No, good. Eso es el equipo de enseñanza de kindergarten. Aquí es yo, Ms. Kobiella, Ms. Kamen, Ms. Drury, somos los profes generales. Aquí es Mrs. Harris, ella es la especialista de aprendizaje y en la caja rosada son yo, Ms. Mark, yo soy la profesora bilingüe para kindergarten, primer grado, segundo grado. Para hablar un poquito más sobre Ms. Kobiella, yo voy a hablar como si fuera ella. Eso es mi 10º año de enseñar, no, el 11, no 10º. Ella ha enseñado 6 años en el Irving Park, en el colegio. Ella tiene una maestría en la educación especial y también en la educación de primaria. Ella ha enseñado la educación especialista como 3 años. Ella está empezando su 8º año en el grado de kindergarten.
I just also recently started a family, so I have 2 little girls. I have a little girl her name is Charlie, and she'll be 3 in November, and then Joey is my other daughter, and she'll be 1 in September. So I'm sure you'll be hearing about them and some pictures along the way.
También recién yo empecé una familia de mí misma. Yo tengo 2 hijas. Una se llama Charlie, ella tiene 3 años. La otra se llama Joey, ella tiene 1 año. Y me imagino que ustedes van a escuchar mucho sobre ellas durante el año.
Here is our enrichment team, and they created a little video to introduce themselves. So I'm just going to go ahead and play that for you all.
Esto es el equipo de enriquecimiento o las clases especiales. Ellos tienen un video para presentar ellos. Entonces voy a presentar esto.
Drury. Some of the kids call me Mr. C for short. Both are good. I'm the music teacher here at CICS Irving Park. This will be my 8th year here, and I teach all grades, K through 8. One of the most popular things that I teach is the ukulele. The older kids also love when I do digital remixes and a lot of computer-based audio. But we do still a lot of sing-alongs, a lot of rhythm activities, circle games, tons of fun stuff like that with the younger kids. A couple things that you're going to have to be aware of as we start the year is obviously digitally, we're going to be using the virtual classroom, Seesaw, Google Classroom a lot. And just be sure to have your headphones because music can be a little noisy at times.
Hi, welcome back. My name is Miss Larson, and I am so excited to be entering my 4th year as the art teacher for CICS Irving Park. This year for virtual learning, we are going to be continuing working on projects for about a week at a time. So it would be great if students are able to have a spot that they can keep hold of their artwork so that it doesn't get lost in the middle of the week, as well as making sure that they have a good spot to have their art supplies handy for the days that they have art. Common supplies that we'll be using would be markers and crayons and pencils and computer paper. They could be stuff that you already have. There's no need to buy new supplies, as well as in your take-home bags that you got at supply pickup. I was able to get a grant funded to provide watercolor and 4 sheets of tagboard. Tagboard is thicker paper that we'll paint on, and water cups. So it would be great if these can be reserved for when you have art class so that we don't run out of supplies before we can do another supply pickup. But besides that, I'm just so excited to see everyone next week, and I can't wait to get started.
Hello, Irving Park, and welcome back to all my favorite Pumas. I hope you had a great summer. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hannah Stern, and I am teaching Makerspace this year. I'm entering my 5th year at Irving Park, and as I transition out of the 6th grade math and science classroom, I'm most excited to have the opportunity to work with all of our Irving Park Pumas. One thing I want to prep everybody for is to start saving everything and anything that you think you can use to build with. So start saving all those newspapers and those empty milk cartons and egg crates. I know we have a lot of problem solving ahead of us, and I can't wait to see you all in Zoom classes.
Hello, this is Miss Viator. I'm looking forward to the 2021 school year and seeing all my students again. Please create a space to be active and have a water bottle during PE. Let's have a growth mindset and make it a great year.
I can summarize some of the supplies, Ms. Kobiella.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Para resumir algunos de los materiales necesarios para las clases especiales, voy a empezar con música, necesario para los niños a tener audífonos para esta clase. Para la clase de arte, Ms. Larson preguntaba que para tener algunos materiales como marcadores, crayolas, papel, no es necesario para comprar cosas nuevas. Ustedes pueden usar las cosas que están en la casa. También en el colegio ustedes recibido algunos materiales para usar, la pintura, el vaso para la pintura y papel que es un poquito más ancho. Por favor, reservar estos para usar solamente durante la clase de arte para asegurar que todos pueden usar durante el momento de arte y para tener un lugar para cuidar los proyectos de arte para la semana que los niños están trabajando en las creaciones. Para la clase de creación, la profesora preguntaba para empezar a guardar cosas de la casa, por ejemplo, cosas de cartón, cosas de papel, cosas de plástico. Y finalmente, para la clase de educación física, para tener un espacio para hacer actividades y también tener una botella de agua durante la clase.
All right, and we also had Ms. Harris pop in during the video, so if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm Mrs. Harris. I'm the learning specialist for kindergarten through second grade. As a learning specialist, I work with kids who have IEPs, but I am so lucky to be able to see and work with all students as well. This is my 5th year at Irving Park, and I'm looking forward to a great year and meeting all of you.
Para traducir, esto es la especialista de aprendizaje. Trabaja con los grados kindergarten hasta segundo grado. Ella trabaja con los niños que tienen el IEP, pero van a ver todos los estudiantes y estar en la clase de todos, y ella está muy emocionada para empezar el 5º año en el colegio.
All right, so we're going to go over what the schedule will look like. So there'll be this is for Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then our Wednesday schedule is shortened for the 1 o'clock dismissal. You'll notice that in the beginning of the year, you're going to see a lot more choice time incorporated into our day.
Eso es el horario para el año. Ustedes van a ver que el lunes, martes, jueves y viernes el horario es más largo, y para miércoles tenemos un día más cortico que termina a la 1 por la tarde. Ustedes van a ver que tenemos momentos académicos y también momentos de descanso para los niños.
So the extra choice time is just going to allow us to continue to build stamina within the school day, since it still is this, it's a full day from 8 to 3:30. So this will give your child time to, get up, maybe flip their screen over for a little bit, move around, have some extra time to play.
Ustedes van a ver en el principio del año, los niños van a tener un poco más tiempo de opciones o de escoger, y eso es para crecer la estamina para los niños, porque entendemos que es un día largo desde 8 hasta las 3 por la tarde, es un día largo para los niños. Entonces, en el principio hay más momentos para dar a los niños momento de descanso del pantalla.
The beginning of the first 2 weeks too of the school year, we won't be going over any curriculum. So it will just give us 2 weeks to really establish our classroom community. There'll be a lot of get to know you activities, along with just, getting students ready to access all these different platforms that we're going to be using for online learning.
En los principios 2 semanas no vamos a enfocar en currículo, vamos a empezar y enfocar en la comunidad y crecer el conocimiento de los niños, y que los estudiantes pueden sentir más cómodos con las aplicaciones en el iPad, y esto van a ser los principios 2 semanas.
And like I said, Wednesday, the main components like language arts, math, everything's just for a shorter duration.
Los miércoles, con el día más corto, tenemos todos los temas académicos, pero son un poquito más cortos.
So a student schedule, there'll be kind of 2 components. There'll be on Zoom, that will be when we're all together, or they're doing kind of small group instruction, and then there'll be some self-guided time.
Entre el día de los estudiantes, en el horario de ellos, hay dos componentes. Primero es los momentos que estamos juntos en Zoom para las cosas más académicas, y la otra parte es para estar guiado más por sus mismos, más tiempo independientes.
So some things that we'll do, whole group or small group, will be every morning we'll get on at 8 o'clock. It will be the same meeting link for as long as we can use it. So it will be a morning meeting with a social emotional component. And then we'll go, as you can see, into our language arts unit. We'll again be whole group on Zoom, and then math, Puma Read Selves, our afternoon meeting, and choice time will kind of be both, and I'll describe that in a second.
Para empezar, para mirar los tiempos que todo el grupo está juntos en Zoom, vamos a usar la misma enlace para conectar en Zoom por lo más tiempo que funciona el link para Zoom. Vamos a tener las reuniones de la mañana, que también tienen momentos de aprendizaje de emocional y social. Las reuniones para la lectura, escritura, sociales, ciencias sociales, matemáticas, tiempo para más enfoque en lectura y matemáticas, y una reunión por la tarde juntos. Y también el menú de opciones van a estar en Zoom.
So some of the self-guided things will be like recess, lunch, rest, and snack will be pretty much independent. Brain breaks and choice time will be kind of a combination. So for instance, if we have like a choice time, we might say, okay, everyone turn your computer camera off or your iPad camera off, but then just kind of stay on the Zoom meeting. This way, your child can go and maybe like play with something nearby, give themselves a break from the screen and from, the learning activity, play, but then when they hear their name, know to come back onto the Zoom meeting, maybe for a small group instruction or one-on-one time with a teacher.
La otra porción de self-guided o guiado o tiempo más independiente, tenemos el tiempo de opciones o escoger. Y en estos momentos, a veces vamos a estar juntos con el grupo, a veces es más independientes. Por ejemplo, la combinación, por ejemplo, yo puedo preguntar, para los niños pueden tomar un momento para no estar enfrente de la pantalla, pero todavía tiene la reunión de Zoom conectado. Entonces, para apagar el video y para tener un momento solo, y después vamos a regresar en el momento que yo digo. Entonces, el resto del parte son los momentos para estar más independientes en la lista.
And we'll be on one Zoom the entire day. So like day one, I'm going to keep my Zoom up the whole day, even if it's like their recess time, just in case there's any confusion and students pop in or out. My Zoom meeting will be up. My camera will be off at those times. But this way, if there's any confusion about meeting or, sorry, I'm just going to let's move really quick. Or we lose friends. So also if your child like, oh, they just logged out of the Zoom meeting, it'll just be the exact same link. You can just pop them right back in. So this is new for us all. So that's why we have some time to, make sure that especially our youngest learners can get used to all this technology.
Vamos a usar la misma enlace o link de Zoom para todas nuestras reuniones. Entonces, eso es para limitar la confusión, y si por un accidente no está en Zoom, ustedes pueden usar este mismo enlace para llegar. Y también yo, estoy hablando como fuera la profesora, yo voy a estar en el Zoom todo el día, voy a tener mi video apagado durante los momentos de que están guiados personal, pero voy a estar aquí en la reunión si hay confusión o preguntas. Yo entiendo que esto es nuevo para todos, entonces especialmente en el principio queremos que es lo más fácil para los que los están aprendiendo todo esto para los más jóvenes.
So assignment structure and materials. So once we do get into curriculum, these will be the apps that we will be using for students to be able to access it at home.
Eso es el acceso de materiales. Esas son todas las aplicaciones que vamos a usar desde la casa para conectarnos.
So Clever is going to be where they access all of these different apps. So once they learn the one button to touch, it will allow them to see. And I'll show you what that app looks like at the end.
Todas estas aplicaciones están en la aplicación que se llama Clever. Entonces, uno que empieza a Clever pueden tener acceso a todo el resto. Entonces, para aprender este Clever y pueden usar el resto. Y voy a mostrar como voy a mostrarlo en el fin de la presentación.
Some of the apps within Clever will be Seesaw, IXL, Lexia, which is our reading, and Math, which is our math. They'll learn it as Gigi because it's a little penguin named Gigi, and that's probably what they'll get used to saying. And then there'll be some others that we introduce.
Las típicas que vamos a usar, las aplicaciones entre Clever, se llama CISA, iExcel, Lexia, STMath, y puede ser que ellos conocen STMath por un pingüino que se llama Gigi. Muchas veces los niños se llaman STMath esto. iExcel también es para, para los dos, matemáticas y la lectura.
And then Seesaw is where it's an online portfolio, and this is where students will be completing some of those independent assignments. It's a really interactive app where students can post pictures of their work. They can orally respond, which is great for this age when we're just learning to draw and write. So they can orally tell me their responses as well. And then I can provide feedback. You can comment on their work, and you can also communicate with me via Seesaw.
CISA es la aplicación que es como su portfolio, es donde van a estar muchos de sus tareas, es muy interactivo. Los niños pueden hablar oralmente para algunas tareas, ellos pueden tomar fotos, ellos pueden dibujar, es una muy buena aplicación para esta edad. También yo puedo dar comentarios desde la aplicación que los niños pueden escuchar y los padres pueden hacer comentarios también.
And I will be sending out with an invite to get into Seesaw, and there will be attachments and videos on Clever and Seesaw coming out. So if you're new to the programs, there will be information coming your way.
Muy pronto voy a mandar los links y la información sobre esos programas nuevos.
Some things for assignment expectations. So we really encourage that the assignments that are posted in Seesaw are completed daily and independently as possible, with some parent guidance as needed before the end of the school day that they're assigned.
Para las expectativas de tareas, estamos preguntando que las tareas están cumplidas diariamente, cada día, para terminar las tareas, y que los niños están terminando y haciendo el trabajo lo más independiente que posible.
So, it's really important to allow your child to make mistakes, let them complete, again, this work like independently. And I can't emphasize that enough. This is the tool for me to see where your child is at. So if you're providing a lot of assistance on an activity, then I might think, wow, that's amazing. They know already how to write their sight words. And then I don't know to scaffold their instruction to meet their needs. So even if you see their work and it's all wrong, I rather you submit it incorrectly, then I'm aware where your child is at and I can go from there. So this really is a tool for me to assess and plan my instruction on.
Y voy a enfocar en esa parte que los niños están terminando el trabajo independiente. Eso es el herramienta que yo voy a usar para conocer dónde está su niño. Entonces yo pregunto mucho que ustedes dejan que sus niños cometen o hacer errores para que yo sé dónde están los niños. Por ejemplo, si ellos están terminando el trabajo en la aplicación que muestra que sepan cómo escribir todas las tareas, todas las palabras de visto, yo voy a pensar que esto es su nivel. Y si no es su nivel y tiene mucha ayuda, yo no sé que yo necesito dar más oportunidades y más instrucción en este área. Entonces, yo quiero enfocar en muchísimo porque esto es el herramienta que yo voy a entender dónde está su niño.
And that kind of goes along with the Zoom expectations as well. So, obviously help your child log into the Zoom meeting, but then kind of once they're logged in, allow them to kind of participate independently in the meeting. So if I ask them a question, they look at you for an answer, kind of let, just say, ask your teacher for help, or ask, say, I need to ask a friend. So we really want to create that independence at home that we would be creating in the classroom. So we want them to work through things that are difficult for them, learn to challenge themselves, and learn to seek help from myself or another teacher or their peers.
Con esto viene, vamos a llegar con las expectativas de Zoom. Yo estoy preguntando que ustedes pueden ayudar para hacer el login con el niño, para que ustedes pueden ayudar para empezar la sesión y después dejar que los niños puedan participar lo más independiente que posible. A veces yo entiendo que los niños van a mirar a ustedes como para la respuesta o no entiende, pero yo voy a preguntar a ustedes para responder a su niño, para decir, ok, puedes preguntar a la profesora o otro niño en el clase para que podamos crear este ambiente de independencia y que estamos trabajando entre los retos y las cosas que iríamos a estar trabajando en la clase real.
And I know it's hard as a parent, you know, when they're there and they want your help, you want to jump in, but we really want to like encourage, them to kind of start working some things out on their own.
Y yo sé que es muy difícil como los papás para mirar al niño que quiere ayuda y ustedes quieren ayudarles, pero queremos crear parte de independencia para empezar este año lo más que podemos.
Just a couple other quick things. Make sure that when they are entered the Zoom meeting that their cameras are on and they're muted. And then also if, I think I pinned it, but if you don't see like the speaker view where like I'm the one speaking and I'm the biggest person on the screen, that way they can see all the resources behind me, you can pin like speaker view at the top and that will make whoever is speaking largest.
Y para hablar un poco más sobre las expectativas en Zoom, por favor que ellos están en una área que no está cerca de distracciones, como por ejemplo el teléfono, para empezar la reunión con los videos iniciados y el micrófono en silencio, y que los niños tienen que mi video está, que se llama pin, que está lo más grande en la pantalla para que los niños puedan ver todos los materiales atrás de mí.
And then the last thing, just try to minimize as many distractions as possible. No TV on, no toys, no eating. They can obviously have a water bottle nearby, but there will be a lunch break and a snack break. So we encourage them not to eat during instructional time.
Y para terminar, para que ellos estén lejos de distracciones, para, por ejemplo, que no cerca de la televisión o está apagado, no cerca de teléfonos, juguetes, y por favor que los niños no están comiendo durante las clases. Obviamente pueden tener una botella de agua o algo, pero queremos que ellos estén en el horario y comiendo en los momentos de comer y esto.
All right, for student and parent communication. So student communication will be on Zoom meetings, whole group, small group, and one-on-one time. And then CISA, teachers can provide feedback on CISA assignments.
Para la comunicación con los estudiantes, vamos a tener las reuniones de Zoom en el grupo grande, grupos pequeños. También voy a dar comentarios en CISA, en sus tareas, y dar respuestas allá.
And then parent communication, you can send a message on CISA, an email. We will have office hours during one of the choice times that will be for students to rest and have snacks. So from 1:10 to 1:50, you can pop onto that Zoom link, or your child can if they have a question with one of like the math assignments or something, or if you have a question about a program, and then I will get back to you within a school day.
Para la comunicación con los padres, ustedes pueden mandarme mensajes por CISA, y también voy a tener horas de oficina durante su tiempo de descansar y comer snack, y eso es a las 1:10, y eso es el momento para entrar en la reunión para preguntarme cosas o para preguntar sobre las cosas académicamente para los niños. Y si ustedes me mandan un correo, yo voy a responder en el 24 horas del día de trabajar.
Family listening conferences, I'm going to speed up just a little bit to make sure we have enough time for questions. So this will all be sent to you as well. But family listening conferences will be the next 2 Wednesdays. I'm going to send out a sign up genius where you can pick a 15-minute time slot that we can meet Zoom or over the phone to kind of just go over goals, hopes, and dreams for the school year for your child.
Y también vienen las entrevistas de familias para escuchar a ustedes. Y eso es en los 2 miércoles que viene, el 2 y el 9 de septiembre. Y voy a mandar un enlace para que ustedes puedan inscribirse. Y eso van a ser reuniones con ustedes de 15 minutos para escuchar sobre ustedes, la familia, el estudiante. Y eso puede ser por Zoom o por teléfono.
Here's just some visuals of those resources that we talked about. So here, the top one is Clever. That's where you can access the rest of these. Epic is the bottom one. That is something that I will be setting up, and you'll get an email regarding how to access that.
Esos son algunos de los recursos y aplicaciones por el iPad. El primero es el Clever. El Clever da acceso a todo el resto de las aplicaciones. La aplicación más abajo se llama Epic y voy a mandar esto más tarde para empezar esta aplicación de libros.
Questions. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can see everyone a little bit better. And then if you have any questions, you can just unmute or enter in the chat.
Si ustedes tienen preguntas, pueden poner en el chat o pueden hablar en voz alto.
And I apologize, I just saw the chat that I was quiet. I'm sorry. I hope you heard what I had to say. How many students are there in the class? Currently, there are 20 enrolled, and we have 5 more open spots. So 25 is the class size.
¿Cuántos niños hay en clase? Hay 20 en la clase ahora y hay 5 espacios disponibles. Entonces, en total sería 25 niños.
Are there any other questions?
I wanted to know if are they assigned an individual email address, like a student email?
So they'll have a student ID, and the ID is what they'll use to log in. It will be their username and their password. And what's your son's name?
Oh, his name is Eli Flores. Sorry, I was trying to change the name on it, and I
was
Yes.
trying to click back to the parent list I have, and I was getting confused. But I just want to make sure whoever
Sorry about
I can meet. No, that's okay. Hi, Eli.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions?
For the login for the various apps, will you be sending instructions or info or going over that on the first day?
Yes. So I will be sending info via email for parents, and then we are going to also model with students how to log in and access some of these programs. But we encourage you to practice at home too, because I know it's going to take just a lot of practice to be getting in and out of these apps successfully. So I will be sending information. And I was I emailed our instructional coach because I noticed that some logins were not sent home, some student IDs, and some are still not in PowerSchool. So they're working really hard to get that done by the end of the day. So if you did not receive your ID and you need that, just shoot me an email and I'll get it to you as soon as I have access.
Thank you.
Anything else? I know it was a lot. All right, well, we can end there then. Please reach out at any time. This is, obviously a learning experience for us all. So if you need anything or something's just not working for you, please let me know. And I'm very excited to start on Monday.
Nice to see everybody.
Yes, thank you so much for your time.
Bye.
And if you have students on that want to say hi, you can unmute. I think I see a couple friends popping on. Hi.
What do you
I
want
see
to say?
some more friends I haven't met. Do you want to? Hi, Esteban. Hi, Eli. Who else is here? Do you want to unmute, friends, and say hi? I think I met you at supply pickup. Can you remind me? You want to say hi? No?
No.
Is it Jadavian? Am I saying that right?
I don't see anything. Hi.
All right.
Speak up, baby.
If anyone wants to say hi. Hello, what's your name?
Go ahead, say your name.
Viviani.
What was it?
Viviani.
Viviani. It's so nice to meet you, Viviani. Did I say that right? Vivi or Viviani?
Viviani.
Viviani?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. And I see two other friends. Okay, if you're not ready to say hello. We'll get to know each other a lot more during the week one and maybe you'll get a little more comfortable. I understand. All right. If you have any other questions, feel free to stay on and ask. Otherwise, this is it. Have a good weekend.
You too. Okay. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nice to meet you. Did you guys have any questions? I'm going to end this current meeting because it's being recorded.